Oh, oops. There we go. Probably should do this. Hello, Twitter, Twitch, Periscope. Wait, Periscope doesn't exist anymore. Hello. Let me start that over. Hello, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and of course, my ever favorite LinkedIn. My name is Frank Lavinia, and you can catch me at the following URLs: franksworld.com, datadriven.tv, and impactquantum.com. So, a couple things. First off, if you are a follower on the blog, franksworld.com, and if not, well, then you should be. Frank's World of Data Science. I highlight the top stories and news and developments in and tutorials around artificial intelligence and data science. So I highly recommend you check that out. Although I do admit I may be just a tad biased. Secondly, today is Tuesday, and you know what that means. It's High Impact Tuesday. Who are joining me here for the first time, welcome. I'd like to thank you for showing up. And couple of things. There's a number of book deals here. So if you're not familiar with Humble Bundle is a site where you can basically buy items and at an extreme discount, and they're bundles of books or games or software usually, and you can get them at a significant discount, but also a big portion of the proceeds, say that 10 times fast, will go to charity. And each one has a different charity, and you can control how much goes to charity, how much goes to the publisher, how much goes to Humble Bundle when you buy it. Now, I highlighted this one before, which is the Python all-in-one Python book bundle by Pact. And for about $18, you get 24 books. Do the math. It's less than $1 per book. A lot of interesting stuff here. There's also a couple of interesting ones here. I'll start with the elephant in the room. Obviously, there's a very bad situation going on in Ukraine. And this is a deal that has raised $13.2 million for charity in Ukraine, and it's still going on. And if you buy any of these games, how does this work? So $40 for 124 games, and you get these games. Actually, some of these are really good games. So basically, what happens is this goes to various charities that are helping Ukraine, and you get yourself some games too, if you need an excuse to buy more games. Some of these actually do look interesting. I've always wanted to play Metro. Might do that. Quantum Break, interesting. And all of these 100% donated to Ukrainian humanitarian relief efforts, which is obviously going to have a high impact on their lives. Thirdly, because I already said secondly, here's another certification bundle. They don't get the test, but you get the study guides. Kind of the infrastructure side of things. I don't see any developer certifications or whatever. Pen test, security, infrastructure, AWS. This is a great deal for someone who's trying to kind of reinvent their career and find their way into IT. Because for $18, you get 21 books. I used to buy my dad's certification books, and they were way more than $18, I assure you. So the books I buy are way more than $18 for certification. So I highly recommend if you know somebody in your life that's looking to get into the IT field and get credentialed, this is a great place to go. Let's see. There's another interesting one here. There's obviously comic books and kind of manga and stuff like that. That's your thing, man. That's cool. I don't know how good or bad it is. It's not really my thing. But this is cool. So it's basically if you have a teacher in your life, and this is a pretty good deal because it talks about there's various ways on battling boredom and how to teach STEM, and I don't know. It's pretty cool. If you're a homeschooler or you want to do that, $18 for 19 items. I'm going to use my special GPU chip to say that that's less than $1 per book. So that's pretty much it on that front. So if you've been watching franksworld.com lately, you notice the blogs have kind of slowed down a bit. I did post a bunch of stuff here today, including, well, I didn't post this. I have automation that actually, as soon as I do a live stream, will appear here. Um, the probably the biggest thing, actually, I got to categorize those, is it's on LinkedIn as well. But basically, I talked about this in a previous stream. This means my morning afternoon coffee is wearing off, so it's time to get another cup of Joe. But I didn't want the day to go by without kind of sharing those two book bundle deals. A couple of other interesting videos that I posted here to franksworld.com, and I noticed that the lineup isn't as good as I want. How about that? There we go. Um, is that working? All right. Couple things here. 2 Minute Papers is a video on deep mind. Nicole Perlroth, sorry, Nicole, I probably botched her name, talks about cybersecurity and weapons of war. Again, fortunately, a very real possibility that the front line in the Ukraine conflict slash whatever we're going to end up calling this is no further away than your phone or any other electronic device that's connected to the internet. Cyber war is going to be very real. In fact, kind of already is. Here's a great video that was posted on the developer Kubernetes Experience. And this was co-hosted by Red Hat and Red Monk. Noticing a red theme here. Chuck Svoboda speaks with Stephen O'Grady, and it's a good video. I can even look past the fact that he's wearing a Boston Red Sox cap. And if you're trying to figure out what team is my team, well, my gamer tag is Frankie Bronx, and you can probably figure out what team that is. In any case, it's a great video, and it talks about kind of that developers don't care about Kubernetes. And basically, it's a good conversation about software development in a modern age that can be multi-cloud, multi-platform, and in a way that developers care what they care about. Operations and implementation details, folks care about what they care about. Really interesting video, awesome chat, highly recommend it. Some interesting things. The other day I was at the supermarket, and I know this may sound simplistic, but I am still fascinated with tap to pay. So about a year ago, I got a credit card that has kind of the chip inside of it. I'm just still fascinated. Like, I can just do boop and it's done. Gas station near me installed a reader. It's basically based on NFC technology, or near field communications technology, which is a kind of a offshoot of RFID or radio frequency ID. And I used to have a lot of fun with my Nokia 920, and basically tagging up little things with these little stickers and programming them and kind of putting them around my house, even around my office at the Microsoft office in downtown DC. In fact, I actually had one stuck to my window, and I had a sign that said, if I'm not here, tap this. And basically, because everybody at Microsoft was, I wouldn't say required, but definitely encouraged to get a Windows phone. All of the Nokia phones had an NFC reader in it. This is 5-6 years ago. So people would tap that, and there would be a prompt to text me or send me a text message, and whatnot. So pretty cool. I also had one on conference badges. So because these things were cheap, they were like 50 cents a pop. I stick them on the back of a conference badge. People were meeting me. I can be like, usually a Microsoft conference, most people had some, I wouldn't say most, but enough people had a Windows phone to make it worth it. People can tap on it and it'd be like, boop, my contact information is there. They even had applications that can kind of do, I wouldn't call it macros per se, but it would kind of do that. So I'd be able to go in my car. I had one kind of stuck to the dashboard. I'd tap it. I turn the hotspot on for the kids. Little things like that. So it's pretty cool. But now you're seeing this used in technologies like Apple Pay and your various credit cards. It's kind of the same technology. So even though I've been playing with this technology as a hobbyist for a number of years, it still blows my mind that I can just tap and pay, and I don't have to swipe the credit card or put it in the slot, and then if you put it in too soon, it beeps at you. And then as soon as it's done with it, it beeps at you to like take it out. I find that kind of annoying as a human factors design point of view, but just the fact I can tap and it's done, I love that. However, the downside to that is the fact that there is potential for you to be hacked. Now, near field communication, you do have to be, as the name says, near, but there are scenarios that can pose a particular type of risk. And this guy here kind of goes through how that would be hacked. And he comes up with some ideas for countermeasures to protect yourself because it's a dangerous world out there. All right. So that's all I got for today in terms of high impact. Obviously, Chris Sepherlis, who's a former colleague of mine at Microsoft, he always comes up with great videos. And in this video, he has, and sometimes even comments on the live streams that I do. Hey, what happened to my really cool graphic background? Hang on. There we go. Oh, stars. No, how about that? Let's go for the lava lamp. All right. Oh, they have Ukrainian ones too. There we go. There's the data sciencey one. Should start animating in a minute. But in any case, if it doesn't start animating, I hope you have a fantastic day. But I would highly recommend you check out any of Chris's videos. There's also a great introduction to some of the stuff that's on Azure IoT. And I think IoT Edge is something you're going to hear a lot more of in the future. Well, that's all I've got. Today is Tuesday, March 22nd. I had to double check. And hopefully soon I'll have a big announcement, probably in about a month. A lot of activity going on, which is totally crimping my style when it comes to blog posting. But I think in the end, it'll be well worth it. So, well, that's all I got. I am still running Linux on my personal laptop. Easter is coming up, and I may cave. I will not cave before Easter, but I may cave after Easter just so I get my docking station kind of functionality going and I can edit videos on the go. Now, if anyone out there is a big Linux aficionado, I'm a Linux noob. If you have any advice on video editing software that will run on Mint, Fedora, or SUSE or Ubuntu, I'm all ears. Other than that, if anyone out there can give me kind of what's the deal here with Audacity? Audacity is an open source audio editor that recently has been found to have spyware in it. So that is the one thing keeping me from installing it on my my Linux laptop. But if anyone can give me kind of what the deal is with that, I would greatly appreciate it. You can reach me in any of the platforms below. Actually, just comment on wherever you're watching this. Just comment below. I always check them. I am a bit slow to checking Twitter, but I do check it. Best way to reach me is either LinkedIn or Facebook, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, LinkedIn is probably the best way to reach me, honestly. And if you're not connecting me on LinkedIn already, you can find me, or you can catch me on Twitter or Instagram. I am on Instagram quite a bit at Frank Diggs Data. So for that, I will say, what is this? All right. I don't remember writing that, but okay. I think we should stand with Ukraine. One last bit. I've been back into. I have my these are my bone conduction headphones. I've been listening to a lot of audiobooks lately. Finally back on. You fall out of the habit. Now I'm back in the habit. You can claim your own free audiobook from Audible by going to thedatadrivenbook.com. Help support Data Driven, help support the live streams and some of the other work Andy or I are doing. Yeah, you get one free audiobook and we get a little after you sign up for a subscription, which it's an awesome, well worth it subscription to get one free Audible credit a month. In fact, my credit came in yesterday, I think, because I got a notification like, hey, you have one unused credit. And Amazon knows, which Amazon's the parent company of Audible, just in case you didn't know, they know credits don't last long on my account. So with that, I will say have a great day, and I hope you stay safe out there, and let's go make it a better world. Have a great day.